What's up guys, Weather Wednesday coming at you with another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today, we are taking a look at a spider tournament with special rules. Now, I'm recording this Sunday night, but what I can see is that there is a spider tournament coming up where it says you can only use epic champions. Now, maybe you have a spider hard 10 team like I do that uses legendary champions, and maybe you have forgotten how to build a spider team with just epic champions, or perhaps you have just gotten to Spider 20 or Spider 25. You have a developing account and you're not quite sure how to build an epic only team. Well, I'm here to help you out with some options. I have built a spider team with just epics, and I've got variable options available to you. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to look at the spider dungeon and consider our options. Now, fortunately for me, we are in the middle of a fusion, but I have already finished all of the fragments that are currently available, and we probably have a few days until something new is going to pop up that is going to need my energy. So I am going to go ahead and, depending on the rewards, maybe the rewards are garbage, but if the rewards are decent, I'm going to do this. Now, I did build a team, and I'm going to show it to you. It's not this team. This is my Spider Hard 10 team, which, as you see, features 4 legendaries. It does, however, feature one of the epics that I'm going to use. So, I actually built this team, and it's a very simple team. It's not complicated, and there are plenty of options available if you do not happen to have these champions. So, as you can see, I use 2 Royal Guards, a Stag Knight, an Archmage helmet, and Akoth, who you can get from Doom Tower if you have been playing long enough. He's available through the shards that you can, or the fragments that you can get on Doom Tower normal. I think these are actually the first 2 champions that you can get from those Doom Tower fragments. Archmage and Akoth. They're 2 of the very early ones, at least. Maybe they come a little bit later, but not much. You should be able to get these pretty early in your account. And if you don't have Royal Guard or Stag Knight, we will get to other options. But basically, there are 2 ways that you are going to try to take down the spider. One is through burns, and the other is through damage. But there are always these spiderlings that are going to come back and bite you if you don't do one particular thing with them, which is you gotta stun them. And that's where the Archmage helmet comes into play. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you the setup real quick. It's not going to surprise you, probably. Now, with the Royal Guards, you just want to be running that takedown as often as you possibly can. That's where your major damage is going to be. Now, the Stag Knight, I like to get this decreased defense and decrease attack on the team. Now, this is not a speed-tuned team. They're just built how they're built. So try to get your damage on your Royal Guards. Try to get speed and accuracy on everything else. Now, Archmage helmet, I focus on the time slip because that's going to be an AoE stun, and it should be, let's see, the second hit has a 50% chance of placing a stun debuff. Now, after you book it, that's going to be 75%, so pretty good. It's going to stun most of the spiderlings, which will keep you alive. Same thing with the second Royal Guard. And then Akoth, you're going to want to focus on getting those HP burns down. And then after that, you're going to try to keep your team alive with his shield. So this team does work on stage 20 and 25. However, It took me just under a minute when I ran it earlier to get through stage 20, and it took nearly 2 minutes to get through stage 25. So it is actually much more efficient running stage 20. It's more efficient anyway for tournaments, but especially now, you can get a lot more runs in much more quickly. Now, if you're not going to run a ton of runs, yet you're going to have a slower team, you can run stage 25 and it might work for you just as well. But we'll go ahead and get into the run and we'll see how it's done. Now, like I said, this is not a speed-tuned team. It is not perfect. I actually wish that my Royal Guard, one of them was a little bit slower, but that's just the way it is because I already had one built for the Spider Hard 10 team, and he had to be much faster than he has to be for this. So we're gonna see, I believe that the Royal Guard actually does damage first. So unfortunately that's kind of low there because we don't have the defense down or anything yet. But that time with the second one, he did a lot more damage. The Spiderlings go down and Akoth has put down his HP burn. So we're going to get damage both of those ways. And now we just kind of have to wait for them to cycle through things again. And that's kind of what makes this run take a little bit longer than you might be used to if you had some legendaries available to you. Obviously, it would be nice if, we could use Newt in this, but Newt is a legendary, of course. So it is going to take longer. And so he's almost down. The burns are doing some damage. And like I said, it takes just about a minute. That time it took 56 seconds, and that's fine. And like I said, this same team will work on stage 25. Now, I will go ahead and show you the builds. These are how I just happened to build them. I kind of threw some gear on Akoth and Archmage today. Nothing too exciting. We'll go ahead and take a look at this. It is helpful if you're having difficulty keeping your team alive to put a shield set on Stag Knight along with Perception. I happen to have my Stag Knight built for Iron Twins, and for that same reason I want to keep my team alive, so I have him in a shield. And so if we look at the stats here, 234 speed, and this one's not even built well, to be honest. A crit damage of 132. He's not even built for damage, I guess. He's just built for, he's got to get that accuracy. So I built him with plenty of accuracy. You don't need that much accuracy for Spider Hard, or for Spider Regular 20. What do you need, like 200 accuracy or something? Nothing insane, I don't think. Now we got Akoth. I have him in triple perception. He's got an accuracy banner and defense on the gauntlets and on the chest, speed on the boots, because you want him going fast enough and have enough accuracy. And other than that, you just want to keep him alive and hitting fairly hard with that defense. So he actually has pretty high defense at 5,400. We're not worried about the crit rate. I've got him at 247 speed. Again, you don't really need him quite that fast, and he doesn't really need 427 accuracy. I just kind of threw on what I could because that's what was available to me. I probably built him stronger than he really needs it, but I had the gear lying around, so why not? And then we have Royal Guard. I happen to have this one in reflex gear. Not going super fast at 197, but he has the crit damage of 225. The other Royal Guard, I have him in Perception and Fatal, and he's going much faster at 259, but his crit damage is actually kind of lower. I think I was intentionally keeping that low, just because of the composition that I have him for Spider Hard 10. But his accuracy is 278. He's not, the accuracy isn't as important, but you can throw in a decreased defense and a decreased speed. those things are available. And who was the other champion? Archmage Helmet. I just have him in triple perception. Want to make sure that you land those stuns. So I've got him, let's see, at 248 speed. You do want crit rate on him. The crit damage isn't what you really need it for, but if you look at his A2, let's see, attacks one enemy, also attacks all other enemies if the first attack is critical. And that second hit is what gives you the chance of stunning. So yes, you do need crit rate on him. Now I happen to have an accuracy banner on him, and that gets his accuracy up to 400. Again, way more than you need. 248 speed is way more than you need, but you just need the crit rate for sure. And so I just threw this gear on him today. And so that, yes, I probably overstated on these champions. You don't need it to be that high, but you do need some crit damage on your royal guards. And if you are having trouble staying alive, because those royal guards will do the damage eventually, what you can do is instead of an Akoth, or even, you know, instead of a Stag Knight, maybe throw in a champion that's going to keep your team alive. Maybe you throw in a Godseeker with her revives and heals. Maybe a Rector Drath. Maybe you throw in an Ugo. I did try it with an Ugo, and you know, she will keep you alive, and she can do a little bit of cleansing in case you got some poisons, and she can give you a little bit of extra health. Now, if you don't have Archmage, you just need somebody else who can land stuns. Now, I do have Sylar in a stun set. She would work kind of the same way. So if you have somebody in a stun set with AoE, that is an epic, that'll work too. Now, if you don't have Akoth for some reason, you can use another burner. Someone like Mordecai, as long as they have an AoE burn. Ashak, does he have an AoE burn? I forgot to check. Yes, he has attacks all enemies with a freeze and a burn. So that is another option. Or you could just go for more damage. Somebody like a Magnar technically works. He does have an AoE stun as well that can help you. Or you could throw in another max HP unit like Husk, and he can also throw in an AoE stun. So those are all options. Does Seer work? Probably. You could probably use Seer. I don't see why not. She can do some damage as well. And yeah, so just keep your team alive. You could also throw in a miscreated monster. Why? Oh, you guessed it. He's got an AoE stun, and he can also keep your team alive with the ally protect and continuous heal. So there are plenty of options. If you need another reviver, Gorgrab is certainly an option. He's got revives any dead allies with 25% HP. Not the best. He's definitely been power crept in the game. But if you're looking for Spider 20, he's not too power crept for that. He can still do the job there. So there are plenty of options available to you. I showed you my team. Let me know if you have a better team, a faster team. Let me know in the comments if there's somebody out there that I'm missing that really helped you build your epic spider team. So that's it for today. Let's find out if the rewards are any good. And if they are, build one of these teams and take on that tournament. Because if you're like me, you finished off the Fire Knight tournament in order to also finish off the Dungeon Divers event here on Sunday, so that those things are all done. If you look at here, you know, I've got 50 fragments already for the Fusion Shayak, so I will probably be running these epic spider teams. And I did save some energy from my quests, and I'll be saving this energy for my playtime reward so that I'm not just wasting a bunch of gems. So that's it. I hope that you can find a team from those epics, and good luck in your tournament. And I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, add to my subscriber numbers. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Weiler Wednesday. See ya.